tapped on your phone is Quest.
The Adventure Game Podcast?
I was trying to see how long I could do that, and also how long, it's a real challenge to the listener. How long will you listen?
We don't want people who, are just like going to listen to whatever. We want to make it challenging for our listeners. Yeah, I mean, at some level, we are fighting you. And at the end of however long this podcast lasts, we're determined to win.
Yeah.
And part of that is just auditorially beating you into submission from the minute it begins. Yeah.
We've got a dozen listeners, and the target is by the time that we release the final episode that no one listens to it.
Yes. Even you aren't listening to it to edit. Like, you're just like, good enough. Just put it all in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it includes us like kind of like our little bit of chat before we start, like, formally starting the podcast. It includes me counting down. It includes us syncing up our audio.
And all the times that either one of us quits during the course of the average episode. Just I'm sick of adventure games. I can't do this anymore.
I hate this shit.
Yeah.
I don't play any of these games. I'm just reading Wikipedia articles.
Just having ChatGPT summarize Google Gemini's summary of a Wikipedia article for me. I'm just reading that aloud.
There was a comedy show here many years ago. They used to do a bit where they would like kind of Google translate something, like a phrase, into like a foreign language, and then they would Google translate it back from that language back to English, and then like it would be like, all right, so what do you think that means? Because it would be fucked up in that process.
Yeah. I have a similar game I like to play. It's called Grading My Students' Essays. Got him. What?
Oh no, your students, they were listening.
Oh no.
And they're boo birds.
They're a bunch of boo birds. I've known it since the day I met them. You could just tell it was lurking inside them.
So
the capacity to be a boo bird.
We're recording today. This is Boxing Day. This is the day after Christmas. Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas, Jess?
Ben, I had a very Merry Christmas. It was wonderful. My family, my mom and dad came to visit. We did all of our traditional Christmas activities. Did you know that every year my family and I watch the Chevy Chase film National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation together?
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Yeah. I've never seen that. I have seen all of the other vacation films, but I've never seen Christmas Vacation.
You should check it out. It's like, actually
I've seen like Vegas and European. Okay. I've seen Christmas Vacation too.
Oh, with Cousin Eddie?
With Cousin Eddie on the island.
Yeah.
But I've seen the original Vacation, of course, and the reboot with Ed Helms.
Ed Helms.
I guess is it a reboot if it's just if it's still in the same timeline? I guess not, right?
No, I mean it's more like a relaunch, like continuation. I mean it's clearly in the same universe. Like a lot of the lore is still, but I don't want to talk about that.
Didn't really work out for Ed Helms, did they? They like and I mean he made enough money off of being in those 3 Hangover movies. Yeah. It's fine. Like but like there was like he had a real hot streak, and then what?
Yeah, no, he did, and it's too bad because I enjoy some Ed Helms. I wonder, part of me wonders, and this is my personal theory, I don't know how plugged into The Office you were, but in those later seasons, they made his character Andy so unlikable and deplorable. I almost wonder if that stunted his career a little bit.
I kind of fell off kind of late The Office, and I'm looking at his Wikipedia page, and I will note, doesn't seem like he's been that busy since really 2020.
Do you think we could get him on the show?
I think we could get him on the show. Like he's had stuff. He's been in like a couple movies, and
Mhm.
he's in a movie coming out in 26 called The Stunt Driver, which would be his first since 2023. So it's like, it
I would love to talk about like Manhunter 2 with Ed Helms.
man. Oh, right. Yeah. I was just like the Michael Mann movie. Did they
I'm
make a
sorry.
sequel?
Let me rephrase that. Manhunter 2, San Francisco.
Oh,
With
yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah,
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 yes, yes.
yeah, 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 yeah. He would be good in
Did
an
you
adaptation of that.
see the Vacation reboot from 10
Yes,
years ago?
I did. I did.
How
It
was it?
has what I recall to be one funny bit. It has they stopped to go on like a big whitewater rafting trip, and Charlie Day is their rafting guide on this journey.
Mhm.
And right before the voyage begins, he is broken up with by his girlfriend or fiance or whatever, and enters into this whitewater rafting trip in sort of a suicidal mode, and is happy to endanger the Griswold family in the process. So that was kind of fun. You know,
Mhm.
is a good gag of just like, what if you had a whitewater raft instructor who didn't care what happened to you? But that's literally the only thing I remember about the movie, and I think I've seen it twice.
It made a lot, like, it made on a 31, budget, it made 107.
Wow.
So,
And never spoken of again.
yeah, like, it is a movie that was just, like, made, and then, like, everyone was like, "We're gonna see this,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna like it."
Yeah.
And
It's like that Horrible Bosses movie. Didn't that make a ton of money
didn't
with
they
a
make
bunch of,
sequels?
yeah, I think there may have been sequels to that.
Yeah, there's a Horrible Bosses too.
Yeah.
It's Horrible Bosses is 30, that made twice as much. It's 35
Wow.
to 209.
Wow.
So yeah, of course it has a
Mhm.
sequel.
And then eventually they spun it off to Horrible Boss Baby.
And
And that's really where it took off.
I want to note that the guy, and there's a little connective tissue here. The guy, one of the credited screenwriters of Horrible Bosses, was actually two of them.
Mm.
Also wrote and directed Vacation. So there you go.
This
Uh,
makes sense
John Francis
because,
Daly, the
yeah.
Sam Weir from Freaks and
Yes.
Geeks,
Yes, yes.
who also did the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which people seem to like.
It was
Um,
fantastic. You haven't seen that?
no, and that doesn't seem like that does not seem like something I would enjoy.
Man,
That doesn't seem like something I'd
I think
enjoy.
I think you might enjoy it.
It just
It's
doesn't
very
seem like
enjoyable.
something. Do you think
It's got Hugh Grant.
does it have Ed Helms?
Yes, he's
Okay, well then
uncredited.
I'm
He's
in.
yeah, he's I do feel like it makes sense that the same people who have worked on those, because that's like that post Apatow wave of Hollywood comedies before Hollywood just decided we'll never make a comedy again.
Yeah, and why should they?
Yeah, it was a
You,
mistake
well,
all
yeah,
along.
but you know what? You're part of the problem, Jess, because you still haven't seen the Naked Gun.
I have.
Oh, you did.
I
That's
saw
right.
that in theaters like
It's
opening
on in
weekend.
theaters. Who is it that I was talking to? We talked about this on here. Who is that I was talking about? It was like, oh, I got to see. I got to see. Like, oh, I'm so excited, and then never saw it.
Yeah. No, Ben, I was there. I
You were
made
there.
my
I was
daughter.
there
It
too.
was pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's
sorry for that
pretty
brain
fun.
fart there.
Wow. Embarrassing.
You
Edit that
got
out.
some cool adventure game stuff for
I
Christmas.
did. Yeah, I've been posting this on the Discord and social
And
media.
you shared it on your stream last night as well. But you have
Yeah.
one thing that I am deeply envious over.
Okay. I'm curious which of these it is. Like,
I think you know what it is.
well, I got three things that I love all dearly. I've been big box collecting now for a couple of years, and my Sierra collection continues to grow and grow. My wife got me a copy of the first edition of the King's Quest Companion, the novelization / walkthrough of the series, which that was a big surprise. I didn't even know she was aware the King's Quest Companion existed,
Mhm.
much less that I didn't have it if it did. So I was very excited for that. My mom got me a factory sealed copy of Hoyle's Book of Games Volume 1,
That's
which
just interesting.
It's super interesting. I love it. It's like I can't believe there's a sealed copy of it floating around out there. But I'm guessing the one, Ben, that you're referring to is my wife also got me a boxed copy of Quest for Glory 1 VGA.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and it's
That's a
gorgeous.
beautiful box.
I think it is easily like top 5 Sierra boxes.
I'm
Maybe it
looking
might
at
be my
one
number one.
on eBay right now, and if I hadn't just spent an enormous amount of Christmas money on, gifts and whatnot,
Yeah,
I
big
would
mistake.
probably pull. Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't have done it. I would have pulled the trigger. There's someone, Jess. I'm looking at eBay. This is insane. There is someone selling
Mm-hmm.
a box of Quest for Glory: Shadows of Darkness, the fourth.
Okay,
Quest for
don't tell
Glory.
me. Don't
Yeah, how
tell me.
much?
Okay, I am going to say $190.
No,
$299.
no,
Higher.
higher, much higher,
$499.
higher.
Is this sealed?
Let's see. So it is in a seal. I don't know if it like they have it packaged in something. It looks sealed, but there's part of me that's like, this could have they could have just sealed it,
Yeah, I mean, do you know how much a shrink wrapper costs? Like,
Yeah.
it's how much? What are we talking, Ben?
This person is selling. I'm going to put this in the chat. I want to have your live reaction to the clip.
Okay.
So click on this and let.
I'm going to click on this. This isn't a virus, is it?
Yeah, it's a virus, but click on it.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay, now, and this has been like rated by vggrader.com and slabbed. So it's like how people slab comic books in those
so fucking stupid
in those blocks, and it's
so
rated
much,
85.
Jess? How much? We're yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. $9,000 human dollars.
$9,000 American.
Yes. That is, I mean, it looks beautiful. It's like a beautiful copy.
$15.55 for mail. They're not even throwing in the mail.
That is unbelievable. Here's what's throwing me, Ben. Now, I don't want to, we won't name the seller here because I don't want them to sue me, because they're going to pretty soon have $9,000 to hire a lawyer with. I'm looking at this. It's like in the case. It's sealed. It's one of those that's been officially graded with a hologram seal of authenticity and everything else. So
sorry,
this is as official as it gets. So I mean, it's inaccessible. You can't take it out without breaking that seal, and now it's no longer officially graded. But what I'm seeing is it looks like it's shrink wrapped inside this box, because if you'll look above the Q in Quest for Glory, you can see the little hole in the shrink wrap that is there for you to like begin to tear the shrink wrap open, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. So there it is.
So it is shrink wrapped in there. But what I find very suspicious, it's shrink wrapped, but I don't see any of the system requirements stickers or anything on the shrink wrap or the box.
Oh, no. The system requirements are, you can see it on the side. They're there.
Oh, they're on the side?
Yeah,
okay.
They're on the side.
Okay, I take it back. Okay, it's not one of the ones that wraps around to the front.
This is the diskette version, so it's extra glitchy. Why would you buy this?
It's once you pop that open, you'll be good luck finishing it.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Anyway, $9,000. No fucking way. They've sold this game like this isn't a rare game. Like,
it's rare in the Sierra catalog. Like, Ben, you should search for it and see like the prices this thing is running for in general, because it is surprisingly a pricey game out of the Sierra catalog. Much more, it's the only Quest for Glory game I don't have because of this. Like, there is a copy that looks like someone sat on it, stood up and said, "Oh no, I sat on my copy of Quest for Glory: Shadows of Darkness," and then sat on it 6 more times.
That's the 151.
I'm looking for 60. I'm looking at one for 60 that
because
looks
I'm looking at one
up.
that looks pretty well sat on. Oh man, this is like, yeah, like it looks like
it is outrageously priced
Yeah.
among Sierra games. But then here's a sealed copy of it in the white box. I like the white box version of this. 275, which is about what this tends to go for. Now, what I really love is people who list this and like, here's one for 1995, and you think to yourself, it's a picture of the box and everything, but it's actually just a one-click Windows install of Quest for Glory 4, which I assume means it's just someone's GOG
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably
DRM
yeah,
free
they just
download.
put GOG on a on a thumb drive.
Yeah, you aren't tricking me.
All right.
Here's what you want. I found the one for you.
Yeah.
Let me just send you this link because I
Okay.
think
All
this will
right.
be the one.
Very good.
If you just want to go ahead and get your collection like kickstarted, and I'm going to say this is actually a decent deal. I'm not sending this as like as a gag. This one I just sent you.
Ooh.
Now you see that is actually. Oh wait, no wait. I take it back. That's a strategy guide, not the actual game. I
Well,
thought it was
yeah, it
what I
comes
sent
with a
Ben.
game, and this is a copy of Quest for Glory 1, the VGA remake, that comes with the authorized strategy guide for. Now, I will note, it's for
No, it's for the entire
1
series. It just
through
has
4, but it is funny because it does seem like it just comes with it. They threw in the hint book for Quest for Glory 4.
yeah. You should get
Um,
into big box
listen,
collecting. Then it's a great.
I've been thinking about it. I've also been thinking about it because my like I you know I've been living in this brand new home for a little, like, I don't know, 8-9 months now,
Mm-hmm.
and I've become friends with some of my neighbors, and then so going over to somebody who has a very similar layout place and then walking back into mine, and I'm like, wow, this does not look as lived in, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But like, I'm just kind of looking, I'm like, there's just not enough stuff here,
And their place is full of big box games.
And yeah, and I'm envious of my neighbors' big box games.
You
So
should covet your neighbor's possessions. That's
yeah,
never a bad thing.
yeah. So Jess, what I got for Christmas, one thing that I got the board game version of the computer card game Slay the Spire,
Oh,
which I'm intrigued by because it's like there's part of me that is very skeptical of a like adaptation of a computer card game because I'm kind of like, that's why I have it on the computer,
yeah,
so I don't have to do all this setup and shit.
that checks out.
But on the other hand, I was looking at like Board Game Geek, which is the board game, website of record, and people are nuts about Slay the Spire. It is like on their like list of the most popular games.
Wow.
And like people just adore this. So I'm very intrigued by the board, like the actual card version, and I wonder, like, I didn't even look too much at it, but it's like is it just a straight up like, does it just play like the version that I play on my phone and on my computer? Is it like, do they take some liberties? Like, what is it? I'm intrigued. So I have that. I also got a cast iron griddle to put on my gas range.
There you go.
I just gave that an inaugural ride this morning.
What'd you griddle up?
I made some French toast. I dried out
Man.
some bread that I had,
Mhm.
and then made some French toast. Jess, best French toast I've ever made.
Wow.
Nice and crispy
Mm-hmm.
and sweet on the outside, and then kind of soft and eggy and custardy right in the middle. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm looking for it. I'm also gonna have to make burgers on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say steak on a good cast iron griddle.
Mhm.
Pretty
I
good.
made steaks Christmas Eve. I
Oh.
made steaks Christmas Eve. There's a nice butcher around the way from
Mm-hmm.
me that I'd been interested in checking out. And as it turned out, when I got in there, they had a sale on boneless ribeye, so it was perfect. So I
Ooh.
got my sous vide out. Got the steaks to medium rare. Then seared them to give them a nice little, and then and wonderful, wonderful.
Mm. We had lamb for Christmas Day, some lamb shanks, and oh, they were good. We've been doing them this way for a few years, where we make almost like what would be a red wine sauce to slow cook them in, but
Uh-huh.
instead of red wine, we use pomegranate juice. So it
Interesting.
gives it a slightly sweeter taste, and then we add some curry and cumin and rosemary and a bunch of other spices into that mix, and then cook it for several hours until it's delicious fall off the bone lamb shank. Oh, it was wonderful.
So last night, uh, so I only planned as far as to make a nice meal for Christmas Eve, and then I was empty-handed
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas Day, and so I was just like, well, we'll just order some Chinese and have them drop it off. And a bunch of Chinese places were closed last night on Christmas night, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Famously, you're open on
That's
Christmas
like your
Eve.
deal. Like it's a major plot point in the film A Christmas Story,
Yeah,
right? Like I
you're
mean,
supposed to be open for Christmas dinner. This is an agreement.
it's a social
I
contract at some level,
I
yeah.
want
Mhm.
orange chicken
Yeah.
right
And you know
now.
what? All the stores should be open on Christmas Day too, because what if I want to go shopping? I don't like how if I want to go to the mall, it's just shut down.
Uh, well,
Give me one good reason why those stores shouldn't be open.
well, speaking about openings, what have you been playing?
That was a great opening to talk about that. No, absolutely.
Yeah. What have you been playing, Jess?
Ben, I don't think I've talked about this before. Please interrupt me if I have.
What?
But
Oh.
no. I have spent a lot of time the last few weeks because we've been having little holiday parties, people over, we've had family in that town, and because we've been looking for something to entertain us, I have spent a lot of time the last few weeks playing Jackbox Party Pack 11. Have I talked about 11 on here?
I think we talked about it in our best of the year, but
We
I
did. Dang it.
but let's talk about how you've been playing it with your family.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's Jackbox Party Packs Go. It's a banger. Just been having a lot of fun, especially, I mean, we did talk about this extensively now that I think about it. You know what? Cancel all that, Ben. New game I've been playing.
All right,
Everybody go play Jackbox Party Pack. Should we
it's
start
really
this
really
over?
good. It's probably their best since what? I don't know, 7.
Probably so. I think
Yeah.
we said all this before.
Yeah. Anyway, so
We
okay,
have.
all right.
Okay, I've also been playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Do you know this game at all?
No.
Okay, just came out a few weeks ago. It is a side-scrolling beat 'em up, a Streets of Rage TMNT type game that just came out with all your favorite Marvel characters. It's an
What's it
eclectic
called again?
lineup. Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Cosmic. All right, yeah. Here, let me pull this up. So it's a beat 'em up.
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up. It's got some really charming pixel
Yes.
graphics.
It's got that X-Men arcade kind of look.
Yeah, kind of got that going on for it. But it's really fun. It's a good side-scrolling beat 'em up. It has lots of little Easter eggs and obscure characters and references to things that probably nobody should recognize, but of course, as comic book nerds, we all do from one random issue of like West Coast Avengers that came out in 1986 or something. But it's a lot of fun. I think like a lot of
So they made Turtle Shredder's Revenge. It's the
Yes.
same people.
Yeah,
That game
and I
was
think-
awesome.
Yeah, and it is very much that same DNA. I mean, it is. Once you play a few minutes of it, you won't be surprised that it's the same folks. But Yeah, it's like a lot of these games, which is like very fun. It has cool team up moves, some things like that. It has lots of character in the animations, which is something the Shredder's Revenge game also had a lot of good stuff. It is always challenging, and I think this is something you spoke about recently, for this genre to exist in a quarterless world. Like when you realize that when you're no longer limited simply by how many quarters are in your pocket, your ability to kind of power through a game like this in one sitting is quite a bit more substantial. But they've added in different modes, a story mode, more of like a straight up arcade mode, and some things of that sort, and I think an unlockable character too, that mix it up enough that gives you a chance to play it. It's a great little game. I recommend it to anyone.
The Shredder's Revenge had local co-op. But it also had, I think actually you didn't even need local. I think it just had co-op, like 4-player. Does this have that? I would assume so, right?
I think it does. I've only played single player mode, but
that was great.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. It's tricky to make a beat 'em up. Like there's this game, like I think it's called Epsilon. Have you heard of this?
No.
Epsilon. It seems to be very popular. People seem to enjoy it, and apparently, like the pitch of it is they made a Hades except it's a beat 'em up.
Oh.
So maybe you'd like this.
I might. No, that sounds like it might be up my alley.
And so it's one of those things where like I think about and it's got a little bit of a discount right now for the Steam sale. And so like I've been looking at it and I'm like, ooh, maybe. But then I'm like, I don't know if I enjoy beat 'em ups enough. And Shredder's Revenge I enjoyed. I liked, but like it was like I played it through once and then I played it with some friends and I was like, that's pretty good. And then I was just like, all right, that's about as much of a beat 'em up. Do you enjoy, like, especially because like on that point of like the quarters stuff, like especially on like older ones, they were built for that kind of attrition. Not to say that
that's
you
right.
beat them without it.
If you can just sit down and continue endlessly on Konami's X-Men, it's like, oh, this is like a 40-minute long game.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sort of the same way. Like I need these things at a discount. I need these to be on some sort of plan I subscribe to or something like that. It would be hard for me to pay like a $40 entry fee to play the average beat 'em up, because I'm probably going to play it through once. If I like it, I'll probably play it to the finish. If I don't, I'll be distracted with it for an hour or two and maybe never revisit it. I enjoy them as I play them, but yeah, they're not something I return to. Like a few years back, I guess it's been about 5 or 6 years now, I really enjoyed Streets of Rage 4 and kind of played through it in the course of 2 or 3 sittings and then never looked at it again. And it was fine because I think at the time it was probably on Xbox Game Pass, which is how I ended up playing it. But I mean, it's, but this one's a lot of fun. I mean, again, for me, I'm kind of an easy mark for a game like this because I love Marvel stuff. And I mean, it's very much comic book Marvel-y rather than cinematic universe Marvel-y.
And
it has She-Hulk.
Yeah, if you have like affection for it, like looking at how like nice, like whatchamacallit, how nice Shredder's Revenge was, like I would have to assume that they would treat this with the same care.
Yeah, it's interesting to me, like I kind of feel too that the people who made it clearly have some affection for previous Marvel games. Like you'll see animations, the ones I really noticed, probably just because they're the characters that have appeared maybe more frequently than anyone else. There's some of the animations for Spider-Man and Wolverine are very much callbacks to their appearances in maybe the Marvel vs. Capcom games, or even like Wolverine's appearance in the Konami X-Men game. Like you can tell that they're like doing little homages in some of their flourishes and idle poses and things like that to games that have come before. So it's very much, I mean, it feels like a game by nerds for nerds in a really fun way.
Yeah, cool.
So that's what I've been playing. Not Jackbox 11. What have you been playing, Ben?
I've been playing, so I picked a whole bunch of games up during the Steam sale here. There were a bunch of interesting little things, and I might have just talked myself into getting up some. We'll see. But I picked up this game that, like, you know, sometime, you know, especially if it's not too expensive, I'll definitely pick up something that just feels like an aesthetics pull on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, this doesn't cost that much, whatever.
Yeah.
The aesthetics of it. And so there's this game, it's in early access right now. It's called He Is Coming. And the screenshots, pull that up, Jess. He is coming. And like, you know, it kind of gives a kind of I would say like I don't know what, like Ultima 4 like overmap look, right?
Yes, I would go with that. Yeah.
Like it gives this you know, like 8-bit or something computer RPG map. And what it is it's just a roguelite RPG auto battler where it's just like you just kind of wander around, you pick up loot, walk into monsters, and then it just automatically fights them based off of like the loot that you picked up.
Oh, interesting.
And it's so nice and light, you know. Not a lot going on in it, and you want to know what? That's perfectly fine. Like I'm enjoying, and I assume that, you know, as this is an early access, there will probably be like, you know, different biomes, more interesting loot, blah blah blah. Like right now, I'm just kind of like I like this early PC game RPG aesthetic. I like that it, you know, it's just this very lightweight game that doesn't ask for a ton from me. Like it's just a supremely basic like dungeon crawler auto battler, and you know, sometimes it's just what you want.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
You know, I am absolutely a mark for, you know, just a very like kind of a basic kind of game like this that is just kind of entertaining in short little moments like this. So like it delivers on that graph. You know what it makes me think of is, do you ever play Loop Hero?
No.
Loop Hero is great. Loop Hero is a lot of fun. It is also an auto battler where you pick up a bunch of loot. It's kind of like Loop Hero without the loop. If whoever's listening understands, whoever's listening to this is like, I get it. It's Loop Hero without the loop. Got it.
Finally.
I've been waiting for Loop Hero without those pesky loops.
I see. I've been looking for something without the hero.
Oh, well.
How
Have
about
you been
Loop
paying
Villain?
attention to the news?
No?
Oh, well, not a lot of heroes in the news, is what I'm trying to say. Well, you know what? There is some news. We have an email. questpodcast@gmail.com. This is from our friend Tyne. I was just on his podcast.
Yeah.
Games Club. Talked about Toonstruck, which you should probably talk about on this podcast at some point.
We should. I need to play Toonstruck. I watched you play Toonstruck.
Yeah, you should play Toonstruck.
You know, honestly, watch you play Toonstruck might have been the right amount of Toonstruck.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I walked away from playing it and then like revisiting it for the DOS Games Club podcast. But I was like, you know what? Like, I know that this is a game that people love, and I don't even think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's impressive. But I don't like, you know, it's missing something. It's missing something.
more S&M cows.
Yeah,
Like,
it
they,
just
like,
needs
really
to be a little horny. For
Yeah.
anyway,
I don't think the girl cows are very horny. I think it's mostly the boys.
He emailed us with a recommendation, a request.
Oh.
Let's see if this is on. It is. Hello. Still very much enjoying the podcast. Just heard an episode where he asked for game suggestions. I thought I'd offer one I enjoyed a lot, and I don't hear a lot of talk about. Talking about Don't Escape: 4 Days to Survive. Have you heard of this? Let me look this up. Don't Escape. Well, it's $3 right now. So I'm buying it right at this moment. This is live purchase.
Wow, on the spot.
On the on the spot. It's $3. It is.
I don't know. I need to read some reviews.
But you want to know what? Steam's hanging for me. Oh, there we go. Okay, and let me just put in my security code 5888812.
I always like watching Ben buy things live on stream. I think it's one of our better recurring sequences.
It cost $3. All right, so already halfway there. Don't Escape: 4 Days to Survive. I know what you're thinking. That's a terrible title, and it is. It was actually supposed to be Don't Escape: 4 Days in a Wasteland, but Brian Fargo's company wasn't happy with the usage of Wasteland. They changed it to this. It's actually part of the Don't Escape series of web games. You know, I think they don't. Whatever. I think they should be able to say 4 Days in a Wasteland.
I mean, honestly, if anyone's going to sue for it, I feel like, you know, Bethesda has as much claim over Wasteland at this point as...
Maybe that's why they're so protective of it, because it's, you know, they're like, well, Bethesda's already, you know, got everything going on with that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nobody's going to mistake this game for the latest entry in the Wasteland series.
Yeah, the latest entry. Did you play the new Wasteland 2 and 3?
I played one of the rebooted, probably 2. And yeah, I played like an hour of it. That's about enough for me.
Fine. I think I have it from a Humble Bundle somewhere.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I have that? Let's see here. Waste. No, I don't. Anyway. Oh, you know, whatever. I just realized that another game I wanted to talk about during, but you know what? We can do that next week. So, knowing all that helps with digesting the title, but it always remains kind of bad. That is, however, I would argue, the only bad thing to say about this game.
Ooh.
When it came out in 2019, it was my adventure game of the year. That would make a huge impact and change the way that adventure games would be made going forward, because the game is innovative. It offers new ways to deal with the problems that plague the adventure game genre.
Oh.
Because let's face it, as much as we love these games, the genre is flawed in some ways, like replayability, for example, is often mentioned. Another one is getting stuck on a puzzle which blocks progress. So you either have to look for a hint or abandon the game altogether, neither of which is our ideal, really. Well, can you believe it? This game solves that. It does so by offering partial solutions. That's right, you can half-ass a puzzle in this game and still continue. Can't find everything there is to find, no problem. Isn't that cool? I think it is. The story is cool, too. Very atmospheric world with some great characters and sharp writing. It does feature some inventory and time management, which I can imagine might put some people off. People do hate time management. So there is that. I never really found it particularly punishing, though. In a way, it helps to keep the game moving. The whole thing could be completed in maybe 6 hours or so, but because of replayability, you can get more out of it if you want to. If you play it again, all the puzzles will be different, and you'll unlock extra endings. So yeah, I think it's a neat little game that does some things a little different than your average point and play, and that's my pitch for you. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
That sounds like fun.
Well, I bought it. I don't know if Jess will, but I bought it. I can't speak.
I already had it because I'm kind of like a little bit more at the cutting edge of these sorts of things.
You did already have it, really?
No, I don't think I did. I mean, I say that, you know, like there's all kinds of stuff sitting there in my. No, yeah. I don't know. No, I don't.
I mean, it is overwhelmingly positive, so it did do okay. You know, in terms of sales. This looks interesting. This definitely does not look like the type of game that I would have picked up, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the time management stuff, that is such a massive turnoff to a lot of players, and and on occasion me. Sometimes the time management stuff kind of bounces me. But then sometimes you play a game that has time management and you're like, I understand. It couldn't be any other way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this time management is the only way. And it's also like a lot of time management games are fairly generous. They're aware of the reputation of time management games, right?
Yeah. Unless it's one that's going for hardcore on purpose. I think that things aren't as unforgiving and as they used to be. I think there was a time when developers maybe even didn't really think much about these sorts of time management elements and made them worse than they could have been.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, might check this out. This might be a podcast. We'll see. Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah. And please, if you have games to recommend to us, or questions, or ideas for episodes, or anything, like we need to do a listener Q&A episode at some point, because all podcasts eventually have a listener Q&A episode.
I mean, this is the last podcast of the year. That normally is the listener Q&A.
Yeah, that's right. We could just make up some cues.
We could. Star Trek Voyager did. They added a whole bunch of new cues. One was played by John Delancey's son.
Oh, John Delancey?
Yeah, little John Delancey. All right. So here, as said, this is our last quest of the year of our Lord, 2025.
A great year.
Yeah, no complaints. Everything went great. And so this is our last podcast of the year. And so we thought we would do some New Year's resolutions.
I've got one, Ben.
Yeah, all right, then go.
640 by 480.
Now, Jess, please. Jess, please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jess,
Ben,
please.
I don't think you get it. Like you're talking about like New Year's resolutions, like something that you resolve to do in the next year.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about screen resolutions.
That's great. But just now, you
640 by 480 is like a classic 4:3 aspect ratio that you might find like on an old CRT monitor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like 640 by 480. Wow.
I had that queued up already because I was trying to, like, when we were doing the money guess, but I was too late on it. But I had it already on the soundboard.
Oh
so,
man,
I had to hit it.
Like we should just do a Price is Right episode of eBay big box games.
You know what? Hey, Jess. You know what?
What? Oh yeah,
I agree. We're alive.
I mean, deep down, both of us want nothing more than to be a contestant and or host on a game show, if we're being completely honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
So why not just turn this into that?
Oh, all right.
That's my resolution. Turn Quest into a game show podcast or a sports gambling podcast by the end of next year.
Here, all right. If we were to do what would be a way that you could kind of game showify your stream? Make a little game show type thing. What would you do?
This is interesting. How would we do? I need a better set. First of all, what if I found the old Merv Griffin set in like in a dumpster somewhere? Just dragged it home.
Here's the thing about making like a game show type thing is that having done like kind of live comedy shows, I remember like one time we were like, and then this one we're going to just do like a game show. Like we're this week we're just gonna turn our comedy show into a game show. And we were all really excited about it until we realized that was very difficult.
Yeah.
It was a lot harder. They make it look so much easier, even like the crappy ones.
Yeah.
And
how
then,
would
like,
you do
making one? It was very difficult.
Yeah.
It was very difficult to do.
In this scenario, is there a game anymore? Like, am I playing a video game, or has this whole thing just become a a game show format.
Mm. I don't know. Keep noodling on it.
Yeah, because I mean, if I could get there, that's where I want to be.
So, all right, Jess, what's your first resolution?
My first resolution. So,
Yeah.
um, I in the upcoming year, I think this is my big one. This is one that I had for last year and did not follow through on as stridently as I should. I want to play more new adventure games in the coming year.
Mm.
This is a big one for me. And I'm a little trapped in the fact that I, stream weekly a retro adventure game, which means a lot of my weekly adventure gaming time goes to older games.
So, Jess, I have this question for you because I've been wondering this because it's like
Mhm.
on Adventure Tuesday where we are not stuck to retro. Like
Right.
we'll play we'll play old games, but we'll swap over to like if there's like an interesting more
Mhm.
recent game. How married are you to Retro Adventure Wednesday? Like, how married are you to the retro part of that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like, I feel like I don't know how strong that brand is. Like, I don't know if for a lot of people the Retro Adventure Wednesday thing is like synonymous with Decaf Jedi, and therefore, I couldn't lose it. But I am reaching I mean, Ben,
You just
last
played
week I
Big Red
streamed the Big
Adventure. That game
Adventure. Yeah,
sucks.
that's right. I played the Big Red Adventure, this horrible point and click game set in post Soviet Russia. It's an Italian game that has nothing to say about post Soviet Russia, but yet chose to set a game there. It was miserable. It was terrible. And we're getting to the point where I can only play Space Quest 3 so many more times.
Because yeah, like well, you
I mean,
did
there's
play the Blackwell Legacy, and I think that was on a retro adventure, but that is a retro adventure
at
game.
this point, I mean, maybe time's on my side. Maybe I just drag this out until more and more games become retro just as the clock ticks.
If I may,
Mm-hmm.
so there's I would heartily recommend that you move over that you start to consider like mixing in some recent ones. One because there are a lot of really great ones, but also two, um, like I think I mean you do play newer adventure games.
I
I think
do.
the challenge is, and this is something I think that you and I like, is it's like, okay, so we both stream adventure games. And then we have a podcast where we talk about adventure games.
Mm-hmm.
And then when is there time to like leisurely play another adventure game, not for content reasons?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do a lot of that. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, if I'm playing an adventure game, it's because it's like, yeah, I'm streaming it or I'm playing it to prep for an episode of the podcast or something like that, which isn't bad because I still enjoy them when I'm.
Yeah.
It's not like it
Yeah.
becomes work, especially the streaming. I mean,
Yeah.
that is a joy to get to do. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't leave. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to play 10 hours of Overwatch a week and stream an adventure game and prep for the podcast and leisurely play an adventure game. And clearly something's got to give.
What is your year cutoff for retro adventure game Wednesday?
It's more vibes based for me, like things that just sort of have started to feel old. Like, honestly, I would say if I had to put a date on it at this point, maybe like a 10-year window. Like, I would say 2015 stuff is increasingly retro, which opens me up to a ton of more stuff. But I think I just need to play more new games.
Yeah,
And
you gotta do it. And I'm gonna say you should open up your stream to newer.
Are you just trying to hurt my brand?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, and maybe we talked
We are
about
in
this when
competition with each other.
well, no,
Yeah.
but no, we I think we talked about this when we talked about streaming adventure games. Maybe I don't remember. I don't remember anything I say on this podcast.
No.
Um, is that like um as like in the streaming game, you are guaranteed an audience that will be there to watch someone play King's Quest 5 for the 100th time that they've seen it,
Hmm.
than like something new. And so you do like there is like kind of depending, but like like usually there's like 20% of your audience is out the door,
Yeah. And
um
that's a them problem.
that's a them problem. And like it's like that is not too much a concern for me because I don't make a living off of this.
No.
But like
My production values are so high. If I
yeah.
can't earn like $100 or so per stream, it's not even worth getting out of bed. So I've really got to think about this sort of thing.
But yeah, you I I recommend playing the new games, and I'll jump on because I have a resolution that's similar to that one, but a
Okay.
little bit different. Which is I want to buy and play more completely unknown new adventure game indies.
Well,
So
you've already
not
started doing that just earlier in this very
well,
podcast.
yeah, but that game I wouldn't even say is completely unknown because that has like overwhelmingly positive like Steam reviews. So it at
Okay.
least has sold okay enough that like 1,000 people played it and
Yeah.
played it to review it.
I just assumed because I'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
Surely no one else had.
But like there's a lot of there are a lot of new adventure games and like adventure games like especially if you want to broaden out the category. So maybe not like our bread and butter, not the point and clicks that would have in their description inspired by classics like Monkey Island. But something like like a visual novel or like more of a choose your own adventure type
Mm-hmm.
thing. Because I think right now I do kind of hold a little too closely to like I do play more like I'll play some more recent adventure games but I'll also like I'll kind of stay on the beaten path of uh known titles, and known titles are going to be the ones like pretty much anything out by Wadget Eye, like I'll at least wish list and then maybe come around to eventually because it's just like yeah I know those are going to be good, like or like like games that do like kind of break through and get some amount of notice. Like I'll
Mm-hmm.
play those or ones that I people that like I follow on the various like social medias or forums or whatever that I kind of lurk in that like I see a little buzz of, I'll pick those up. But I don't do a lot of kind of discovery for myself.
Ah.
And uh you know I think there's a lot of um I think there's a lot of value also to like even if I end up getting a game and I don't particularly like it, or if I don't think that it's like a great game itself, there's always something kind of interesting, right?
Yeah.
And like and this is something I've been thinking a lot about recently because it's like we had so much fun, and we were talking about this a little bit on an earlier podcast. We had so much fun playing Blue Force,
Yes. Marvelous
and
game.
and also we had a lot of fun playing Phantasmagoria, and neither of those games are games that I think I would describe as like well-designed adventure games. And I don't
No.
think a lot of people would like I don't think many people would describe either of those as well-designed adventure games.
I would think you'd have to have drank a lot of Kool-Aid to like say Phantasmagoria is a well-designed
Like
adventure game.
I saw someone online like just kind of like beating up on Phantasmagoria And like I couldn't disagree with any of their like criticisms from a
Mhm.
gameplay standpoint. It's just like there's a lot of
Yeah.
screens, there's nothing happening on any of them. Like the the puzzles are easy, but simultaneously they're kind of hard because it's just like you have to kind of wander around and find a room where something's glowing and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's
There it is.
here."
That's what's changed since yesterday.
Like, and you
I'm
have to
glad
just
I
go.
walked over this whole estate. That's
Yeah.
what I do every morning here, though, to make sure. Like when I get up, I just go to every room to make sure there aren't any new like points of interactivity or anything like that.
Exactly. And I should be doing that too. That's also a resolution. But the thing is, it's like I had so much fun playing Blue Force and playing Phantasmagoria. And part of it was that like I was making fun of them too, but
Mhm.
I also had a lot of fun playing them. And you know, like and part of it is it's like, Blue Force, like like those are old and kind of like Blue Force is abandoned and Phantasmagoria like I think I got for $2 at one point. So it's a little bit of a harder sell to pick up something new and unknown and pay full price for something I realize didn't do that much for me. Um but at the same time, I think what I'm trying to say is it's like trying to break out of as much a like straightforward like good bad and more of a kind of like a this I didn't love this game, but it gave me something that was kind of interesting and memorable,
I think
which is
that,
true to Phantasmagoria and Blue Force.
yeah, that's what I try to, in streaming games that I know are probably going to be bad or games that have reputations of being bad. I feel like there's plenty of places to go on the internet if you want to see somebody dunking on a bad game. And I oftentimes find those sorts of games, it's more fun to find what is entertaining or unique or unexpected about them and trying to focus on that. Because yeah, even a bad game usually has something redeeming about it. I will say the Big Red Adventure was a tough one to find redeeming
Yeah.
qualities in.
Oh,
Kind of the same way that like a Beverly Hillbillies. It's like when there's barely any game there, oftentimes it's hard to find the
mm,
charm in it all. But no,
mm.
I think that that's something I think I could do a little bit more of in the next year too. Is just find those games that aren't the ones everybody's talking about already.
Yeah, I like well, and also I just want to know how dare you say that there isn't anything Beverly Hillbillies because gave us this. It's just this beautiful little arrangement in AppLib. It's just very nice. It's very
No,
pleasant.
I mean they're doing the best they can with the instruments they have.
Yeah. It's just this nice little tune played,
Yeah,
with the tinkly powers of like your Sound
yeah,
Blaster Pro, your AdLib, whatever.
yeah,
Normal.
yeah.
Just kind of a normal.
I know that first one's like a warning. Ben, we've listened to this so many times. Do you think do you think this is supposed to like communicate to the player that this is like a peaceful setting where something is gone, where something's about to go horribly wrong? Is it supposed to be discordant on purpose to like disrupt the peaceful nature of this rural setting that the game begins in? Or is that supposed to be some sort of chord that should be in harmony with this melody and it is either
Like emulated incorrectly in
emulated
DOSBox
wrong or it
or
got like chewed up by ad lib and spat out the wrong way or something? Like,
yeah.
you think that's an intentional, we're going to take
I
this
don't think it's
cute little
intentional, no.
song and fuck it up? Or is
Yeah.
it
I
no?
don't think it's intentional. Um
That's
what
so
I
good.
what I will say is though is that like sometimes those like glitches become canon in your mind.
Yeah.
Like uh uh I think we've spoken about Game Tap on here.
Hmm.
And I had game like when I had Game Tap, they had an arcade section. And in the Game Tap arcade section, they emulated this kind of like platform auto scroll shoot 'em up called Sun. I don't know if you ever
Mm-hmm.
played
No, I
that or if
haven't.
you're familiar, but like, and I would play it all the time because it had like 2-player co-op. So I would play it with my friend Andrew. He'd come over to my dorm room. We would play it together, and it similarly had obvious like whatever emulator that they were using at GameTap, like probably some version of MAME or something. Um, like it was kind of glitched out with the sound emulation. Like it played perfectly fine, but it would have like every once in a while like discordant like farts and like like it would go dun 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 bum 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 ba 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 da da ba da da and so it would play like the normal tune, and then it
Mhm.
would just start throwing like that Beverly
Yeah.
Hillbillies version, like just like in the middle of
Th-
it. And those became like Andrew and I would like just turn to each other and go, ba 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 blah.
yeah, there are a few of the Sierra games that with an emulated Roland will slip out of key, which I find
Yes,
that
yes, yes, yes.
fascinating. I can't believe it's possible. Like I can imagine it like starting out in the wrong key, but the idea that somehow it just slowly slips out of the key it should be in is way funnier to me. And yeah, that's good stuff.
Um, yeah. So anyway, yeah, and you want to know what? There was a game that I took a launch day. Never heard of this. Never like I took a launch day roll of the dice a couple years ago. A game I'd never heard of it. It was kickstarted. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about the person that made it. Um uh
Base Venture,
uh yeah, Space Venture. It was in 1.0 now out.
available
And
in stores.
yeah, head down to Electronics Boutique and I bought it just because I looked at the screenshots, kind of similar to my decision to get this game. He is coming, and was just like, you know what, this looks kind of interesting. I have no idea what this is, and not only that, I was like, not only this, I'm going to buy it and play it on my stream. You want to know what that game was? Perfect Tides, one of my favorite games, made like indie adventure games that I played.
Yeah,
Like, and that ended up getting a lot, like, and I think it did have, like, but I didn't know any of that. Like, it was
yeah.
literally like somebody posted online, like, hey, this new game came out today. And I looked at it, I looked at like 3 screenshots. I was like, this looks interesting. Bang. Like, and then it turned out that I like absolutely adored it. And so that was also kind of why I was like, like before even having the chance to have like someone tell me, it's like, oh, this is this beautiful coming of age story that's going to like tear you apart. It like I just like picked it up and discovered that on my own, which was like an even better way to do it. So yeah, I do you have another one on your list?
Yeah. Another resolution. This will go in the other direction. I said I wanted to play more new games. Let me contradict myself immediately. I this year want to get a little more into Infocom games. I feel like as an adventure gamer, my lack of exposure to Infocom is a real oversight. And I'm going to go ahead and like preemptively say I suspect I will not like a lot of these games. I have a feeling that the more difficult ones I think I will bounce off of hardcore. But there are enough genres covered and enough interesting writers and designers here. I suspect a game I will absolutely love is lurking there somewhere in the Infocom catalog.
Perhaps it's lurking horror.
It could be lurking horror. I bet
It's probably a Mind Forever Voyaging. That's
I
probably
bet
the
it's
game that you're
Cutthroat.
thinking of. Like,
I think it's going to be Mind Forever
is
Voyage,
it
and there's a
also
good
that
chance
game
that
has no puzzles? Like, or it
yeah,
has
which
like it.
is about my level of difficulty I'm looking for.
Um, That's a really good one because I that was almost that's a resolution I almost have or that I have like every year, which is
Yeah.
like this is the year, and it's not Infocom. It's like this is the year I'm going to get into interactive
Yeah.
fiction.
Yeah.
Is like I have that thought, and then usually like I'll play because I have like a passing familiarity with a lot of, and I have a couple that I really like.
Hmm.
A couple like amateur interactive fiction games, and I've like, and I think I grew up more with Infocom than you did. Did
I
you
think so.
play
Yeah.
any
Like
Infocom games as a kid? Do you have any?
only Zork, and even then it was just like tinkering around, like a
Yeah,
few screens. I never got anywhere in it or anything like that. And really, gosh, I think the only Infocom game I've ever played start to finish is Hitchhiker's Guide.
yeah,
And then after that, it's just, I mean, I've messed around a little bit in bureaucracy. I've messed around a little bit in Zork 1. But after that, it's like a steep drop off a cliff. I've never played Station Fall or Planet Fall, which seem like really strong contenders for games I might like for some obvious reasons
mm-hmm,
involving space janitors and things.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's something I'd like to do more of this year. I love the idea of Infocom, and I love the no. Here's the thing: if I play a bunch of Infocom games and start liking them, then I have an excuse to start buying big box copies of those Infocom games, and then I get to have all the wonderful feelies.
Yeah, those are
That's what I
wonderful.
really want. But yeah, I am going to try to play a little bit more Infocom this year and see if I can find my favorite Infocom game, because I don't think it's going to be Hitchhiker's Guide.
No,
Um, I liked Hitchhiker's Guide, but it's kind of a miserable game in a lot of ways.
I don't think it's but I think it is. It's a game made for Infocom sickos.
Infocom sickos and Hitchhiker's Guide sickos, and I'm only kind of one of those, and only
Right.
then kinda. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think you really have to be because Hitchhiker's Guide, which I haven't completed like either, but it is like very difficult and um yeah, like there's a certain playfulness, especially to Steve Maritsky games,
mhm.
like in that like it requires deep lateral thinking. Um and a lot of the time it's just like, "Ah, fuck off." Um, so here's another one, and this kind of ties into this, what you're saying, which is, and this is actually a resolution I have every year, and we'll see how this one goes. Be better about trying to solve puzzles.
I had this one
Yeah,
too.
and I knew you had
I
this
should
on your
quit
list.
giving up right away and using walkthroughs for everything.
Now, I'll note, like as I said, this is something that I have on my list every year. Whether or not like I write it down or anything or commit it to a podcast. And but it is like a thought I have every year where it's just like, you look at something like friend of the pod, Robot Spacer. He sent us that email
Yes.
about what was that, like French murder mystery?
Oh, Matipi Al. Oh,
Yeah,
what is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and I've watched him stream a bit, like watched him play a bit of Seventh Guest recently.
Hmm.
And some of the like the other adventure game streamers and stuff like that, and I'll watch them like play some adventure games and like really kind of bang their head against some puzzles, and I'll be like, this is a really interesting way to play these games, and this is not at all how I play games.
It especially impresses me, like when you see a streamer like Robot Spacer, whose channel I love, one of my favorite Twitch streamers. I'm always desperately worried when I'm streaming that if I take too long to do
Yes.
anything, the chat's going to get bored. I'm going to look like a big old fool as I can't figure this thing out. He is willing to power through these puzzles and just linger on them as long as it takes to figure these things out on his own
That
and
stresses me out
meticulously.
so much.
Yeah, just like such a meticulous thought process that I wish I could do. But when I have people watching, I'm like, I gotta get this rolling. I can't make these people watch me bang my head against Big Red Adventure for 6 streams. I've got to get to the end of this thing so I can
Well, I get
resume my
bored
life.
too. Like pretty
But
much
there's that too.
by the time that I get around to like stream 3 of a game, I'm ready to move on. Like
It's tough. Yeah.
I'm like it is like I'm kind of over it. Like unless it's really caught me.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
honestly, I wish Blue Force was longer. I wish I could play Blue Force forever.
Forever.
Especially
Why
because
isn't there like
we
some
stumbled on some really incredible
Yeah.
glitches. It might have been Scum VM glitches,
Yeah.
but they were still very funny.
Why isn't there some sort of AI powered version of Blue Force that just keeps creating more game procedurally for you to keep playing forever?
Well,
Why?
I got great news for you. The guy who was the CEO of Tsunami is now the CEO of an AI firm. So
Oh,
you can
thank goodness.
reach right out to him and say, you know, all
Release Blue Force Forever. That's
yeah,
my working title.
uh-huh. And
Uh,
you know,
yeah, or Blue Force
really
Infinite.
and make this clear and make sure that Jim Wallace sees none of the money from his hard work.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
underline that, bold it. Like, it's like, please, when
mhm,
you use the AI, make sure that no
mhm.
artist receives any
But
recognition.
also train that AI entirely on the text from Police Quest 1 through 3 and Blue Force.
Yeah, make sure nobody, nobody benefits from this other than you.
Yeah.
Um,
And
uh,
don't poison that data set with other useless
well,
information that
throw
isn't
throw
contained.
Codename Iceman in there. Um,
Yeah, you should throw Codename Iceman there and maybe parts of Blade Runner.
and also that pirate platform.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
Adventures of Black Cat or whatever that one is. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, be better about trying to solve puzzles. Was that? But you also
Yeah.
had that. So you know
I
what? I'll move
did.
on. I had a complimentary.
Okay.
Resolution to that.
Oh, is this one where you compliment me?
Yes. Be nicer to Jess.
Oh,
But
thank
also,
you.
but
That was on mine
also,
too, is ask Ben to be nicer to me.
but also, I had the other one of don't be shy about looking up hints.
Oh.
I have the contradictory one because here's the thing: is that my thing is that like all what I'll do is I'll try to solve a puzzle, I'll try to solve a puzzle, and I'll try to solve a puzzle. And then if I'm not able to solve it, sometimes I'll be like, all right, well, I'll put it down, walk around, come back to it. Guess what? I put it down, I don't come back.
Mhm.
And so like sometimes I get a little like bit of a complex about like looking like it's like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like and then it just kind of puts the game down for me,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
so like so simultaneously I want to be better about trying to solve puzzles, but at the same time I want to be like, but you know what? Like these are games that are meant to be played and finished. And also it's like I don't have to get like 30 hours or whatever. Like, I don't have to have endless entertainment out of this game. Because I already have an enormous backlog of games. I just bought
Yeah.
Don't Escape 4 Days to Survive after
Yeah.
all.
You still haven't finished Tales from the Borderlands,
That's true.
even though you made a commitment.
I made a commitment to play the first chapter. Roll the tape. But yeah. So that's mine too. Is like, don't kill a gameplay by not looking up hints,
Yeah. So just the right amount. You need to find the Goldilocks
I gotta find the
zone.
Goldilocks zone. That's absolutely right. Jess, what else do you have on your list?
Oh gosh, I think this is one I've talked about before. Because again, I mean, that's the great thing about any New Year's resolution. Any good New Year's resolution worth its salt it's not
Never
your
follow.
first year having it.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like it's on like its third or fourth
Mhm,
appearance.
mhm, mhm.
I want to make a conscious effort to pay better attention to game music this year. I am
Alright.
someone for whom, of all the elements of video games, I feel like music is the one that most typically if it's pretty good, I don't pay attention to it at all. The only time it seems to ever leap out at me is when it's maybe egregiously bad or ill fitting in some way. I like, I mean, not to keep dunking on Big Red Adventure, but it had some pretty wild music choices. At one point, it just plays the Happy Days theme, like not even changed around much, and like just because you're at a diner. But I would like to be better about trying to appreciate the music in games because I think it's especially the more atmospheric games. Oftentimes, I think have some of the most interesting music and sound design, and I get caught up in story, character, puzzle, graphics, voice acting, kind of everything but music. So I'd like to do a little bit better job with that.
I mean, I love a lot of, like, yeah, and we talked about this, and maybe we can revisit if that does, become something. Because also it's like I come back really great soundtracks. I come back and I listen to, like, and I keep listening to. And so like, I'm still listening to the soundtrack from Norco. I keep going back to that. Play the
You
music
know,
from
that's
that all the
actually
time.
one of my resolutions is to talk less about Norco and Immortality. But you know
Well,
what?
that's not one of
Both of
mine.
those are
No.
great games. Those are great games. And you know what? As like they really, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this before. Both these games really stuck with me.
Yeah, you know what? They stuck with me. Uh,
Yeah, Norco and I mean, I don't want to go off. I
so,
mean, everyone should go pick up Norco and
yeah,
Immortality.
but Kentucky Route Zero, also Hypnospace Outlaw has some really spectacular music.
Mm-hmm.
And the music is part of the, like, the game, in Hypnospace Outlaw, as it
Yeah.
is in Kentucky Route Zero. But yeah, that's a good one. I have another one here. This is complementary to the very first one that I said. And this is something I'm saying also. I'm making it our listeners New Year's resolution too. Which is write more positive Steam reviews. This is complementary to the buy unknown indies and stuff like that. Which is to say, it's like, you talk to if you talk to indie developers, if you have friends that are like, or if you have friends in any kind of business, like if who run something that has a Google business page, the difference in sales, in revenue, and whatever, depending on, like, a Google My Business review that is, above 4.5, or a Steam review that is, overwhelmingly positive. It's a multiplier. It's, an avalanche. It's proof that you've already sold well, and then it signals to people that like, that it's okay for it to buy. And if I'm going to be somebody that's, like, kind of taking more like, jumps into games that I haven't heard of or anything like that.
Your review presumably will be disproportionately more powerful.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's
it's
yeah,
more helpful.
that's what I'm saying. The
Yeah, yeah,
potential for it to actually make a difference, as opposed to being like the 3,000th review on a game.
yeah.
For a game that's got a little bit smaller reach, that really makes a difference. Can I tell you my secret shame, Ben? I just looked this up while you're
What's
talking.
your secret shame?
I own 536 products on Steam.
I think I probably have you beat. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would, but here's the secret shame.
Yeah.
I reviewed 2 of them.
I have 646, and I've reviewed a bunch of them. Where do you see how many reviews? Where's the thing?
When I clicked into, let's see, how did I find that? I went to my profile
Games.
and I clicked on the side panel. It says reviews.
Oh, profiles.
It's on
reviews.
the
I have
right side.
33, and I got to do better on that too.
Yeah. So I
Um,
have two. One of them, and I'm proud to say this, is for Rosewater.
yeah,
For Francisco, our sandwich correspondent Francisco Gonzalez's fantastic Western Rosewater. I've written a review of that, and my other one, and I have no memory of reviewing this game. Uh, I apparently wrote a review in 2014 for Game Dev Tycoon. Those are the
interesting.
only two games I've ever played that moved me enough to review them on Steam.
Interesting. Um, yeah. So I need to do.
That's pretty bad. I
I
need to do
like
better.
my most recent ones are like in terms of adventures. One for Locomotive, Rosewater, and Crimson Diamond. I could do
It
better.
shocks me that you gave thumbs down to all three of those too. But I mean, you
Well,
did have
they gotta work
legitimate
harder.
complaints. Yeah, I mean, you did. Yeah, I mean, you point out some really great flaws that probably stopped a lot of people from buying those. So, I mean, yeah, do better.
Um, but anyway, yeah, like any indie like developer will tell you that this stuff really helps a lot. And and this is a niche genre. And like there's only like a couple things that break through in general. And so it's like, if you want if you want adventure games to like if you want more people making adventure games and you want like more adventure games that are like a large variety, you have to support them. And one way of supporting them beyond just buying them is to kind of help promote them in whatever way you can.
Now,
And
Ben, would you say the same is true of small adventure game podcasts?
maybe, possibly. Uh, I would only say that is true of podcasts that go through certain actors' filmographies.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't care for those though. They're
yeah,
usually a little. I mean,
but
after you've heard one, you've heard them all.
and conversely, on filmography podcasts and indie game reviews, if you don't like it, then you don't have to do you don't have to give them a bad review. Like
Keep it to yourself.
unless they're like making like a hateful game that's like
Yeah,
like racist or something, you don't have to give it a
yeah.
bad
If
review.
it just wasn't super fun, that's fine.
Like
Games cannot be fun.
like yeah, if it's not something you particularly enjoyed, yeah, I own like on my Steam like a whole bunch of games I could care less about.
I'm going to start review bombing bad reviews. I'm going to set up a bot network to thumbs down bad reviews of indie
But
games.
anyway, so those that's another another one. Do you have? I have one last one. Do you have anything else?
One quick one that's been, again, like any good resolution, it should be one that appears annually. This one probably goes back for me until like 1985 or so. I would like to find more opportunities for real life tabletop RPG playing this year.
Ooh.
I've been searching for good, whether it's D&D or something else, just a good opportunity to play a role playing game,
Mm.
as I've been searching for decades now, and have struggled so mightily to find.
Well, and also there's so many like I mean it's hard to find that group, right?
Yeah,
But also like there's a lot of really interesting tabletop uh uh games and systems and stuff like that on like itch, like there was that
yeah,
thing like our friend Grayson was talking about recently where it's like, oh, what have you been playing lately? And like he talks about like some system that you can buy for like $10 on
yeah,
like itch, and
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I looked
I would play any system if I could just find the group.
yeah,
Just gotta find
it's
that group.
tough to find the group. I used to have a really great board game group like a long, and I've chasing that
Yeah.
been chasing that for years. And I've never quite like I still play board games and stuff like that, but I've never quite gotten that group again, which is a little sad to me. But anyway,
Ben, what else do you have?
the last one is about this podcast, which is
Oh.
you know what? I resolved
Please don't recast me. Please don't recast me.
that we replace Jess with
Oh man.
Richard Dawson.
Wow.
But
The
unfortunately, Richard Dawson has passed away. So
thank God.
we're stuck with Jess.
Ha! Take that, Richard Dawson.
No, you know what? I think next year we should have more guests. And I say this with the
I will
knowledge
vote.
of that we have 2 booked guests for January.
Yeah,
And
I vote
maybe
against
more.
that. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, we're heading into an exciting period in Quest Gang, and thank all of y'all for listening to us every single episode for this entire year.
Yeah, thank you for listening to every single one and
Yes,
liking them all equally.
yes, including this one, which
Yes.
wasn't just something we threw together.
No, this took hours of preparation. And by hours, I mean days.
You should have seen what our production assistant went through
Yeah,
to prepare all this for us.
yeah, that's right.
When I saw my resolutions for the first time about an hour before we went live, I was like, this sounds exactly like the kind of list I would have drawn up if I'd given this a moment's thought.
Yeah.
That's why Grayson's the best in the biz.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much for sticking with us through 2025, the greatest year of them all.
You know what? I think 2026 is going to be even better.
Wow. But anyway, thank you so much. Happy New Year to everybody listening. We hope you have a happy New Year. And please rate and review this podcast. It does help other people find this.
Now, you may say, Jess just said out of the 500 plus games he's played, he's only taken the time to review 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And say, why should I review his podcast? It's like, well, remember, Ben also hosts this podcast. And, you owe it to him if you don't owe it to me.
Yeah, that's right. You owe it to me.
You owe it to Ben.
You owe it to Ben.
Gotta give it to Ben.
Give him
it.
If you've got any questions you want us to talk about, recommendations, anything, shoot us an email at questquestpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to join us next week when we will start 2026 off with a bang by talking about Space Quest 4.